to Tween Create, or We Create as we have renamed it. And welcome back if you have joined us before. Welcome for those of you who are here for the first time. My name is Miss Kathleen, and I do this program with Gabby and Maria and Whitney, and we each have fun things that we like to share with you, and hopefully you will find this useful and interesting, and I hope that you will share what you do with us on social media at Meridian Library, or you can email me at kathleen@mld.org. So today we are talking about making apple cider donuts. We're going to talk about it a little bit and about the history of cider and a little bit about donuts, and then we're going to go into the kitchen and make some baked donuts. So I'm excited about that. So I learned a little bit about the art of cider making. Ancient cider is what we North Americans call hard cider. It's aged or fermented and alcoholic. And when Romans invaded England around 55 BC, they found that a similar cider was already being made and drunk there, but they are the ones who mastered the art of cider making. So North American cider, or apple cider, is sometimes pasteurized, or if it's left untreated and then bottled and sold all across Canada and the United States, it will say that it's left untreated. But usually, whatever we get in our local store, if it's not made locally, then it's been pasteurized because it travels better that way. So cider is different from apple juice in that it usually has a more cloudy appearance, and it's got concentrated flavor. And you've probably had cider and maybe didn't know that there was a difference between cider and juice. But it has like a little bit more of a tart flavor, a little richer flavor, I think. I think it's delicious. I prefer it to apple juice. So, donuts. Most of us know what donuts are, right? But maybe you didn't know that most of the world's cuisines have some variation of a donut. So in France, they're called pet de nonne. And in South America, they're called buñuelos. In Italy, there are many, many different kinds of fried donut foods. My favorite is called the zeppole. And the zeppole di San Giuseppe, the zeppoles of St. Joseph's, like the feast day or the birthday, is when they make this sweet, and it's like a donut, but it's cut in half, and it's really light and fluffy, and they fill it with cream. It's really good. In Mexico, they have churros, and in Puerto Rico, they have something called quesitos, which queso means cheese, so it's filled with sweet cheese. And then I learned that in Nigeria, they have little donut holes, and they're called puff puffs. And then they have something that you roll it out, and you cut it with scissors, and those are called chin-chins. So, but there are many, many varieties of donuts all over the world. And one thing that they have in common, or two things that they all have in common, is that there's a batter. Sometimes it's sweet and sometimes it's savory, but they're all fried in oil. So you might have noticed that baked donuts have become really popular. So fried foods are generally not the healthiest for our bodies, so having a baked alternative is great. They really are just kind of round muffins with a hole in the center. But it's especially delicious, I think, and great to have an alternative if you don't miss the original fried donut version. So the ingredients and the recipe that I'm using today calls for flour, brown sugar, white sugar, eggs, baking powder and baking soda, a little butter, some spices, mostly cinnamon. If you have apple pie spice around the house, or even pumpkin pie spice, that would be delicious. Then it calls for vanilla extract, and then the star ingredient, apple cider. Okay, so what makes the apple flavor really strong in these donuts is reducing the apple cider on the stovetop for 20 minutes first. So reducing means to simmer a liquid. So you're going to bring it to a boil and then turn it down so it's just bubbling. That's called simmering. And you simmer it until much of the water evaporates, and that concentrates the flavor. So for the icing that I'm using, I decided to use reduced cider. So I used a little bit more than the recipe called for originally, and then just saved a tablespoon of that. I used a little bit of spices and some powdered sugar. So here's a recipe you can adapt if you want to ice your donuts. You can make it a little thinner by adding like a teaspoon of milk or cream at a time. Then you're going to dip your donuts into the icing. I'll show you. So delicious. You can either allow the icing to harden or you can just eat them right away. So the recipe that I followed today actually just covers the donuts in cinnamon sugar, which is also a delicious alternative. I was thinking that besides the cider, almost everybody probably has most of the ingredients at home already. And if you don't, none of the ingredients are particularly costly. I did buy a special pan. This is the muffin pan that I bought for $9 at the local big box store that starts with a W. The muffin pans work great too if you don't want to buy a donut pan. Your donuts will just be muffins, but they'll still taste delicious. So you're just going to want to fill them a little bit, pretty shallow, probably like an inch to inch and a half. Okay, so let's get baking. So the recipe calls for 2 cups of flour, which I have in here, and then it says to combine the dry ingredients together. And I put them on this plate. So we have baking soda, baking powder, some cinnamon, a little bit of salt, and then I don't have apple pie spice, but I have ginger, clove, and nutmeg. So I'm going to put all of those in here, and then we're going to blend this together. This is my stand mixer. You don't need a stand mixer. All you really need is an arm to blend stuff, and a bowl, and something to mix it with. Okay, then it says to combine the wet ingredients. And a funny thing about wet ingredients when you're baking, that includes sugar, even though they're not wet. So I'm going to start with 1/2 cup of white sugar, 1/2 cup of brown sugar, room temperature milk, 1/2 cup, 2 tablespoons of melted butter, and then I'm going to add 1 egg, and my sink's over there. Don't just throw your eggshells anywhere, obviously. Ha ha ha. Okay, and then a teaspoon of vanilla. Then I'm going to blend it up with my whisk. So remember the sugar's in the bottom there. So we want to combine this pretty well. And then the recipe tells us to combine it with the dry ingredients, which are in our other pan right here, our other bowl. Not a pan, is it? And my oven is preheating to 350 so that it will be ready when we're ready to bake. Okay, so now start on low, and then we're going to add the 1/2 cup of reduced apple cider. Remember we talked about reducing concentrates the flavor of something? Ooh, it smells like apple pie in here. Okay, now I'm going to add the cider in a stream. It's really syrupy. It smells so good, you guys. Once again, where's the smell-o-vision? Okay, so another thing there's a tip in the recipe that we're using today. Okay, I'm gonna make sure I got everything off the bottom, well combined. Anyhow, they said there's a tip. It says to put all of this into a plastic bag and snip off the end. So I'm going to do that because then it makes it easier to fill our donut pan. Out. If you don't know, this is called a spatula. It's really great for getting every last drip of batter out. Okay. Then I'm going to close it up to a Ziploc. Try not to have too much air in it, I suppose. And then I'm going to snip the end. All right. Here's the moment of truth, you guys. One. Two. I have two of these pans, but I won't make you watch me filling two very messily. You'll probably make a smaller hole than me and do a much better job. And we'll see how much these settle, but if they don't, if the batter doesn't settle sort of evenly, then you might want to take a little offset spatula or a knife or something and kind of smooth the batter out. I'm going to add a little bit more to this one. My first one looks... Okay, so these are ready to go in my preheated oven. And they cook for 10 minutes, but I would watch them. I'm going to be watching mine because I don't know, you know, with baking, you always want to be careful that you're cooking just the right amount of time. Not too little or too much. Okay, so we'll show you what they look like when they come out. All right, these are ready to come out, I think. Let's take a look. Oh, those look beautiful. Okay, they're a little bit brown, and when I touch them, they're supposed to bounce back, and they do. They spring back. So there's one, and here's the other. And then they need to cool for, I think, 20 minutes before you take them out. And, oh, excuse me, 2 minutes before you take them out. And then they need to cool before you can glaze them. Okay. So after 2 minutes, you're going to turn them out onto your wire rack to cool. Not all of them have holes, but I think that's okay. They turned out really cute. In fact, the holes are all different sizes, you guys. Non-existent, whatever. I think they're still going to taste really great. All right, so when they've cooled, we're going to glaze them, and I'll show you that. So here are donuts all cooled, and I have made a little glaze. I included the recipe for that. It's just a cup of powdered sugar and a tablespoon of the reduced cider vinegar, not vinegar, cider, apple cider. And then I added probably about 2 teaspoons of milk. But so let me show you the consistency. So that's what I wanted for my glaze. It's probably going to drip down. If that's a problem for you, then make it thicker. Not a problem for me. Okay, so I'm just going to dip. So this is the underside. I'm going to dip this side. And then kind of let some of it go off. Then I'm going to turn it right side up and go for the next one. I don't know how long this glaze is going to hold out. We'll see. We'll see if there's enough. But I can always make more. Ooh, that looks good. And I decided I'm going to let mine harden before I eat them probably. But you can do it any way you would like to. Okay, thanks so much for joining us today for Tween Create, We Create. And remember to share with us on social media at Meridian Library or email me at kathleen@mld.org if you decide to make donuts of your own. And thanks again for joining us. We'll see you next time.